difference.
Hey, what's up everyone, my name is Maximus Arana and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, it is around 4 AM in the morning. I woke up like 45 minutes ago and there's a natural sunlight, so that's why the video's lighting is a bit messed up. And I'm not recording my video in the front room because I don't want to disturb my mom and sister because they're sleeping. Because no one actually wakes up at this time. Only foolish people like me wake up at 3:30 AM. So, this video I'm going to talk about dopamine detox. Have you ever felt like a zombie, completely numb, feeling super bad about yourself, disgusted about yourself because you're wasting away your time at pointless things and literally ruining your life, and even though you know that, you're still repeating the cycle that is ruining you? Well, you're not alone. That has happened to me and I luckily found my way out of it, and so I'm gonna help you out of it too. So, our brain hasn't changed very much over the past millennium. Our hunter ancestors and our brain are pretty much the same. So, whenever our ancestors used to spot an antelope, they would gather all of their friends and go and hunt that antelope down and eat it and have a feast. Because they know eating is integral for their survival, and to eat they need to hunt. So whenever they spot an antelope, there's a lot of motivation for them to go and hunt it down. And what causes the motivation is high amounts of dopamine release. Yes, dopamine is a motivation chemical. Most people call it as a feel-good chemical and a chemical of overstimulation. Yes, that's true, we'll get to that soon, but mainly it's a motivational chemical. And like there are other chemicals too, like serotonin, oxytocin. We'll talk about that later. So, now let's talk about the modern day world. Like in the olden days they didn't have much to do, but now we have a lot to do. So, like whenever we see something that will give us instant pleasure, instant gratification, we're motivated to do that thing, and there's a higher dopamine release, and yes, we do that thing. It can be like eating a bag of chips, playing a new video game, like logging in every day into a video game to get some reward, binge watching some show, and these are examples of instant gratification. Now, many people say dopamine is bad and you should eliminate dopamine from your life and all that, but dopamine is not actually bad. It's the way your dopamine works. The way you use dopamine is what matters. Now, for this you need to understand two things: instant gratification and delayed gratification. Now, instant gratification is pretty bad for you and delayed gratification is actually good, but it is a lengthy and boring process once you have fallen into the trap of instant gratification. So, delayed gratification includes working on your business, which takes time, and it takes time to receive results, studying for an exam that will help you build a future, give you good placements and stuff. That exams come later and it takes a lot of work and you see the results much later. That is delayed gratification. Working on a side project, working on a YouTube channel, delayed gratification. Going to the gym, if you go to the gym, you're not going to see results the next day. It's going to take time. If you hop into a powerlifting program, I'm going to jump from a 275 pound deadlift to a 675 pound deadlift in a week. It's going to take a year or so. Not a year. It's going to take like 2 to 3 years depending on your consistency, what all you're eating and all. That's another thing. So that is delayed gratification. You need to put a lot of work into that, and you don't see results instantly, and there's slow amounts of dopamine release in that. Now let's talk about instant gratification. This is what ruins our life. Instant gratification. So, instant gratification is like when you play a video game, you get rewards instantly. Like, for example, you're playing a match in PUBG Mobile, and you win a match and your rating points increase by +40. You're super happy, you got rewarded. Yay! Your rank's up. Instant gratification. But is it adding any value to your life? No, unless you are a competitive player or a streamer. No value to your life. Same thing, like you eating unhealthy junk food and you feel extremely satiated and super good. But is that gonna help you look much better? No. Same thing, binge watching a show. You are done with an episode and now you want to watch the next episode and you're super satisfied, you're super happy with watching that show. But next thing you know, you just waste 6 hours of your life continuously watching that show, and yet you're very satisfied because you got instant results, instant gratification, you're super happy. So, why is this all bad? Because it's not adding any value to your life, it's only just it's just giving you pleasure, and yeah, you're just wasting away your life. So, how do you get rid of instant gratification? Now, I'll give you an example. Let's say you haven't eaten for 6 hours and there is a jar of cookies in front of you. So, now you haven't eaten for 6 hours and the person who's conducting an experiment tells you, okay, now you can go and eat. So you open the jar of cookie, you have the first bite, okay, of the cookie, and you feel extreme pleasure and you feel so good. But when you take the second bite doesn't feel as good as the first bite. Give it a try and you'll see results yourself. The third bite, it doesn't feel as pleasurable as the second bite, and as soon as you finish the entire jar of the cookie, you don't feel any pleasure at all, and you feel like, I want to eat more because I'm having no pleasure in eating this now. I want more. Okay, that is dopamine. Like, first bite you took, high amounts of dopamine release. You just reached your peak. Then, little less. It just kept on stacking below. So, yep, that is dopamine influx. Now, you all must have noticed that before the coronavirus situation, before you always stuck at home, 90% of you were working towards your goals, felt highly motivated to do stuff, but like you were good at something and you were just pursuing your dreams, but after you're stuck at your home, it feels super hard to do that thing. It feels like almost impossible. It's like the toughest thing in the world to do that. Right? And now, why do you fall into the trap of overstimulation and instant gratification? Is because and procrastination is because you face something negative. Most people forget that. Like when you have a negative experience with something, you tend to fall into the trap of procrastinating and overstimulating, and yep, you're using your willpower and your dopamine levels are going towards the wrong direction, towards instant gratification. Now, most people face this problem in I'll address the 3 common things and tell you solutions to that. 3 common things which are bad for you and which people are addicted to, and how to overcome that. The 3 common things are binge watching shows, number 2, gaming, and number 3 is pornography addiction. Number 1, binge watching shows and how to overcome that. So, the film industry people invest a lot of money in props, sets, paying their actors, airing it on the TV. They invest a lot of money on it. And if they're not getting any profit, all the hard work and everything's gonna go in vain. And how are they gonna get profit? From their viewers and ads. They won't get any ads on their show unless they don't have any viewers. If they don't have any viewers, no ads, no income, everything goes down the drain. So, how do they get a lot of viewers? Is to get the viewers hooked. Now, Usually, like, if you watch CW, like, on CW, I watch Legacies, Vampire Diaries, and Originals. I've completed all three of them. Legacies new series is gonna come in January 2021. So, on CW, each episode lasts for like 42 minutes. And by the ending of the episode, there's like something mysterious, something you want to know, and that you get to see in the next episode. Like episode 1 of season 1, like for example, you want to know who Princess Mary is gonna get wed to. Like I watched Rain, CW Rain, it's pretty good. So who is she gonna get married to? Bash, oh, Francis. And you want to know, okay, second season, who's that girl? Second episode, who's that girl with the ruined face? We want to know. And as soon as the episode ends, it shows episode 2, and you just directly tap on because you want to know what's gonna happen in the next episode. Well, that's because of dopamine. You were instantly gratified by the first episode, and now you want to know what's gonna happen in the second episode because they left you hanging over. That is what the film industry people do. The people who run TV shows, they want you to get hooked so that you keep watching their show, right? So, and by the time goes, you realize you've spent the entire day watching that show, and the day is almost ended, and you're on episode 14, and you started the day with episode 1, and you wasted your entire day watching that TV series. Have you ever been there? Yes, I've been there, and super bad. You feel so bad about yourself, but yet you're super satisfied because instant gratification and dopamine levels are high, and you don't want to do anything else except watching that show. Now, how do you cure this? Okay, let's say you watch 14 episodes every single day for the first week. Okay, the next week, cut it down to 7 episodes every single day. It's just 7. Okay, most people dopamine detox on binge watching directly. Like, I watch a lot, the next day I'm not gonna watch it all. You know what happens next? Like, you don't watch that at all, you feel restless, you feel numb, you feel horrible, and then next thing that happens, you are addicted again the next week. So what you should do is gradually decrease your watch time. Second week, you watch 7 videos a day. Third week, you watch 3 videos a day for the entire week. Fourth week, you watch 2 videos a day for the entire week. And fifth week, 1 video a day, 1 episode a day, and you're done. 1 episode a day, done. So that is like 7 episodes a week, which is completely healthy. And thus, you've cured your binge watching addiction. And yeah, you need to gradually reduce the dopamine you get from that binge watching spree that you have, and you'll eventually overcome it. Don't go instantly, just go gradually and focus on things that will give you delayed gratification, which will actually benefit you. Number 2, gaming. So I haven't faced high addiction from let's say binge watching and pornography. Like pornography addiction is something that I never had. Binge watching, yeah, during quarantine I had binge watching addiction here and there. Yeah, but I found a cure to that. Pornography addiction I never had, but gaming addiction, it goes a long way back. Let me tell you a story about me. So, I was 6 years old, and on my PC I used to play, have you ever heard of, what's that? I forgot the name of that thing. I used to play a lot of cricket games on my PC. I kind of enjoyed it, and I sort back then I didn't have anything to do. Like, academics weren't much when you were a kid. Just study one day before the exam and you're done. So, and when I turned 8, I switched to strategic gaming. Like, Good Game Empire, have you heard of it? Lovely game for like strategies and stuff. You have your own castle, you have to like negotiate with other players globally, form alliances, manage diplomacy, like send your troops to battle, all that stuff. And not to brag, but I was a pretty intelligent kid and I love strategy and all, and I spent a lot of time on Good Game Empire. Like from the ages 8 to 10 I spent a lot of time on the game, And though I knew it had no benefit, I never wanted to become a streamer or a competitive gamer or anything. It was never one of my interests. I just loved playing because it gave me pleasure. Yeah, all I did for pleasure. So, and my parents had no problem because academics weren't much. My mother used to say, it's gonna harm your eyes, that's just all. So, now I turned 11 years old, and that's when I found Modern Combat 5 Blackout, and that game was the uprising of my gaming addiction. So, it was my first ever first-person shooter game, and I was a PC gamer. I was never a mobile gamer, so I played Modern Combat 5 Blackout on my PC, met a lot of players. At first I was a noob because I was new to the game, new to FPS, slowly developed my skills, and then eventually in the future years I became a god in that game. So I met a guy, and he's a great friend of mine now. His name's Ali Reza, and he took me into his clan called Loyalty. Like, I was a noob at first, and he was like, dude, you play horrible. So after that I developed my skills, and yeah, I became good at the game. And at the age of 14, I won as the youngest guy to win a tournament. I had a squad of my own, and I won an esports tournament in Modern Combat 5 Blackout, and that was amazing. Some people used to call me Headshot God. I used to take the gun called Stacker, slap on a PD7 silence on it, and headshots. Like, I was pretty good at that game. It was a lovely experience, and yeah. So, I spent a lot of time on that game and gave me a lot of pleasure. So that thing broke when I joined Abacus, because I always loved math, and doing math and speed was one of my specialties, and yeah, I was very quick at math, so I enjoyed doing Abacus, so my gaming time reduced. So I used to get a lot of dopamine from Modern Combat 5 in gaming first, but then Abacus came in, and I spent a lot of time on something constructive that would actually benefit me. So yeah, I got into Abacus. Then afterwards I graduated from Abacus. I was done from Abacus, like done. Then came my 10th standard board exams, in which like Indian parents give it a lot of importance. My mom said, you gotta stop gaming. I said, okay, like I was already done with my esports tournament in Modern Combat 5 PC. Never wanted to become a competitive gamer or a streamer, but just did it for fun. Won the tournament and was super happy. And then that was the end of my gaming addiction. Like, it was so easy to get over it. Like, so easily I just cut off my gaming addiction and focused on my studies, and then that's when I loved growing up my hair. And then after my 10th standard exams got over, I got my hair colored, started my YouTube channel, and that gave me a lot of dopamine boost, and it was something that was related to delayed gratification. You see results pretty late, and I worked on my YouTube videos and all, and everything was going pretty good. My subscribers racking up, everything going super awesome, and life was pretty smooth. March 2020, I had 1,300 subscribers on my channel, and now it is August 2020, almost August 2020, and my subscribers are the same. But March is when this coronavirus pandemic started. Like, I was consistent with my powerlifting regimen and like my program, everything, like powerlifting, going to the gym, everything was super good until March. But then coronavirus comes, lockdown, you have to stay at home, and that really depressed me. Like, one day I was literally crying in my room because I couldn't achieve my goal. It's impossible for me to achieve my goals because gyms are going to be closed for a long time. I cannot deadlift 4 or 5 before my birthday on September 15th. My YouTube channel is going to suffer because I can't film some content outside and all. And so that made me really sad. But then said, hell no, this isn't going to stop me. And like for 2 weeks, you saw my morning routine that time. It was insane. I worked super hard. 2 to 3 weeks super hard. I worked at home. I daily uploads, working out at home and stuff. But then I saw my channel wasn't getting that views. All the work I was putting into daily uploads wasn't benefiting me, and that kind of hurt me. And there's only so little a man can take, you know, like starting with gym closing, then What else? YouTube channel isn't doing so good, losing my gains, being locked up in a house. It all just, I couldn't take it anymore. So I lost motivation to do YouTube, to edit videos, lost motivation to post on Instagram. That had a huge toll on my Instagram engagement, and life went pretty upside down. That's when, like, I like literally quit gaming for such a long time. Many of my friends said, "Hey Max, come play PUBG Mobile with us. Like, install PUBG Mobile and play with us." Like a year ago, and so I said, "Nah, I don't do gaming, and it doesn't matter to me." Like, I said, like, I never play that, and like for a year or two, I never played any game. Like, all of my friends, even though how much they forced me, this like excited me, come on, play with us. Like, my self control is pretty good. I said, no, I am not going to play it. It's a complete waste of time for me. It doesn't matter to me. But then all this negativity came in, and then I started to procrastinate. I downloaded PUBG Mobile as a cure to all my problems, started binge watching TV shows, and that's when my life went upside down. And next thing you know, I'm spending a lot of time playing PUBG Mobile because I was bad at the game. I was new to mobile gaming. I was a PC gamer. I was like, everything was new. I was like, what the hell is this? I play so horrible. My friends have been playing this game since a year, and I just started playing a day ago and all. So then I worked super hard on that game. I spent like 13 to 14 hours on that game, playing on the training grounds, learning how to control recoil. That was something new for me because on PC recoil controlling was super easy. I learned how to control recoil on the mobile and stuff, and you know, learned how to camp, learned how to rush, stuff. I was learning, and it was fun. People are addicted to gaming. I managed to like, you know, cure my gaming addiction now. But now why people are addicted to gaming? People like the game producers spend a lot of money on making a game, you know, and they have to get people hooked. They want people to play that game. So what do? Slap on the ranking system, slap on login daily bonuses, slap on skins, slap on royal passes, same with COD Mobile, slap on the ranking system, slap on skins, and this gets people hooked. Every day they have to log in to get that new skin, get that new character. Every day they have to log in and spend a lot of hours to increase the rank because your friends are playing with you. And friends are having a competition. Yo, I'm gonna get to Ace first and all. So in season 13, all of my friends were like rushing to Ace, who's gonna get to Ace first. So I developed my own strategy of rank pushing, and I spent so much time on PUBG Mobile, and I was the one to reach Ace first and all that stuff, but just wasted so much time. I knew, like, I don't want to become a competitive gamer, I don't want to become a streamer or anything, but still, why am I wasting so much time on this game? Instant gratification. Every time a match ends and you see that plus 38, say, yay, I got a reward, cool, instant gratification. And whereas on working on YouTube, you see results late, delayed gratification. So this ruined my patience and everything, and completely borderline ruined my life. But it's just been a few months, so it's kind of okay. So that is why video games are trying to get you hooked. See, I have no problem if you play 15 to 16 hours playing a game. If you want to do competitive gaming and want to become a good streamer, well, that's a profession. You're putting in work. That's pretty good. But if you're a normal person and you have like different things to do in life, you want to become a vlogger, you want to get into acting, and you want to do like become an astronaut, whatever, and you're spending so much time on gaming, which is not actually a profession, then you're actually wasting your time. So in COD Mobile, PUBG, yep, you get hooked, and that's why you get addicted. So how to overcome addiction of COD Mobile and PUBG, like any gaming addiction, League of Legends and stuff, is that you have to let go of the ranking system. Once you get hooked to the ranking system, the skins, the daily login bonuses, then you're gonna fall in a huge trap of getting addicted to it. So how do you overcome it? Let's say you play a game for 14 hours a day. Okay? First week, continue playing 14 hours a day. Second week, drop it down to 7 hours a day. gradually reduce. Third week, drop it to 3 hours a day, but third week you have to do something. You have to forego about the ranking system. Forget the ranking system exists. Then, the next week, drop it down to 2 hours a day, and that week is going to be super crucial. You're going to feel like, oh, I want to play more, but the timer, 2 hours is done, you're done. Work on your side business, work on your projects, work on stuff that is related to delayed gratification. Then, the final week when you're fully cured is playing 1 hour a day, when you're done with all your work, and forget about the ranking system. Once you get hooked to the ranking system in a certain game, then it's gonna be hard to get out of that addiction cycle, because I was hooked to the ranking system. This season I thought to go to Conquer and PUBG Mobile, and like I started pushing when the season started. I in solo conqueror, and I met with players of the leaderboard and played against them, but then I noticed I'm spending too much time on this game and my YouTube channel suffering, my Instagram suffering. I got a wake up call and got rid of it. Now I play PUBG Mobile like 30 to 45 minutes a day. I play a TDM and then solo versus squad. Then I play COD Mobile like few times a day and a bit, so I'm not addicted to gaming at all. So that cures. So that's how you fix gaming addiction. Get rid of the ranking system, know your priorities, ask yourself a question. Do you want to become a competitive gamer or a streamer? If the answer is yes, spend more time on gaming, try to get better. If you don't want to become a competitive gamer or a streamer, then cut down your gaming time, because this isn't going to benefit you at all. It's just instant gratification, it's just going to make you happy for a while, and then it'll ruin your life. Number 3 is pornographic addiction. So I've never been addicted to porn, so to know what a porn addict's brain works like, I went on Reddit and read some threads about people who have been struggling with porn addiction. So I came across a thread in which a guy wrote that he used to masturbate 7 times a day, every single day. So if I'm gonna do some calculations, it is 49 times a week and almost 200 times a month, which is absurd. I mean, who the hell masturbates 200 times a month? Are you planning to ejaculate air instead of semen? I mean, that's completely stupid. And see, I replied to the thread and I asked the guy, what keeps you so hooked to pornography? He said that it's just there's so many varieties that I never get bored. There's so many categories. So if you guys are addicted to porn, there's a solution to it. Now, if you are a porn addict, the tips which I gave in number 1 and number 2 to do a dopamine detox, and that won't work. So dopamine detox on pornography will be like, it can be something like this. You completely like put a block, get these website blocking stuff and block all pornographic websites from your phone, delete apps and stuff, and don't indulge in pornography for 7 days at least. And it's going to be super tough for you and you will feel restless. I've seen, like, I read threads, people who did a dopamine detox on porn felt super restless. But after the 7 days, your brain is going to find different ways to obtain pleasure. It can mean you'll obtain pleasure by talking to a girl, meeting a girl, or anything, by working on your side business, by something else. Okay? And I'm telling you, don't touch porn again after that, at least for a month or 2. Then after that you can like manage like once in a month, once in a blue moon, or even once a week. That is okay, but at least not for a month or so. Because once you start going on those websites again, it will be difficult for you to stop. Because if you're like the guy who's doing it 200 times a month, then things are going to be super hard for you. See, the main thing with dopamine is that it motivates you when you get rewards. Like when you're playing a game, you get a reward instantly, and it's super easy, you know? Like you just win a match, you get plus points and stuff. Whereas working on a business is super hard. Earning an income out of it is super hard. Working on a channel is super hard. You see results late. You have to put in more effort. Whereas in games, no effort at all. You get pleasure and you get rewards, and that is what. It's just like a simple electrode to a rat, and it's just like a simple in gaming. Whereas in gaming and binge watching and pornography, you get results instantly, you get happiness instantly, rewards instantly, which motivates you. Your brain knows, hey, if I do this, I'm gonna get rewarded, so let's keep doing it. Whereas while working on YouTube or some other stuff, you tend to procrastinate because while studying or working on a project, I think you tend to procrastinate. Whereas while working on YouTube, studying, or working on some side business, you tend to procrastinate because you get results later. Whereas your brain wants quick results. That's why there's a high dopamine influx in gaming, pornography, binge watching, and many other addictions. So that's how you dopamine detox properly on these three. I've dopamine detoxed on binge watching and gaming. I never needed a dopamine detox for pornography addiction because I never faced it. So this is how you dopamine detox strategically, and please don't dopamine detox like a fool, like you completely stop everything. But with pornography you have to do like that, because that, if you are a super horrible case like that dude I talked about in Reddit. So yeah, so that's it for today's video. If you guys want more self-improvement videos like this, let me know down in the comment section below. The topic of discussion for today's video is, what kind of addictions have you faced? Let me know down in the comment section below. As for me, I told you, gaming and a little bit of binge watching here and there. So I hope you all doing fine. I'll see you guys in the next video.